So to learn parts of the spreadsheet, we have a screen capture here. The link is also on the Collins R website under What is a Spreadsheet. Spreadsheets, all of them, even though the picture here is of Excel, they all work pretty much the same. You have rows, and here's row 16, and you have columns. Here's column H. Now rows start at 1 and go up to whatever the max a spreadsheet can handle. Columns start at A, and when they hit Z, they will go to, I'm on Z right here on this spreadsheet. If I add another column to the right, it goes to AA. So it'll go AA, AB, AC, AD, so on and so forth until you get up to AZ, and then it will go to BA, BB, BC. So up until the limit of however many columns that you can have in a spreadsheet, the letters will just keep on adding. Now to access, so we have columns and rows. The individual boxes in the spreadsheets are called cells, and they are accessed by column and then row. So this is column C, and this is row 6. So this cell right here is C6. Column B, 6. So this is B6. So if you've ever played Battleship, it works pretty much the same way. And as we talk about spreadsheets, we will talk about cells a lot. And you'll always access them from C, column, and then row. The next part that you'll need to know is how to access a bunch of cells. Now, if we want to access C2, C3, C4, we could use each one individually. So let's say we have some numbers in these cells, and I want to add up those numbers in this bottom cell right here. I could start out my formula, and we're going to talk about formulas in a second, but formulas always start with an equals. So I could say C2 plus C3 plus C4. And you'll notice Google Sheets is nice that it lights up each one so you know what you're adding up. That works when there's only 3 of them, but let's say we have 7. I could do the same thing, equals da 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 da, but that's a pain. So we're going to use a function in our formula called sum, and functions have the function name, and then the parameters you pass to it is in the parentheses. So I'm going to sum up C2 through C8. Now, how we do a through is we use a colon, not a semicolon, a colon. So if I'd say sum of C2 through C8, it's nice enough that it highlights the whole thing for me. I close my parentheses, and boom, I get the number. That also works, that was vertically, that also works horizontally. So if I want to sum up these 3, I start out my formula with an equal sign, sum, left parentheses, B2 through, which is a colon, D2. And now that one will do the whole, we'll add them all together. So those are the parts of the spreadsheets. Columns, rows, columns, cell, and then we're going to talk about formulas in a second, but they always start with equals.